Lash primers are damaging for your clients' natural lashes. At least that's what I'm reading online. So today, we're gonna dive into this theory and we're gonna dissect it to figure out what's true and what's not. I'm Kaitlyn Elford, the owner of international lash brand Artistry Lash. I've been in this industry for the last decade and I've trained thousands of students across the world and actually have one of, crazy to say this, but one of the biggest lash brands in the world. So I definitely know a thing or two about primers and when to use them and when to avoid. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so we keep getting questions non-stop about whether our customers should ex-nay primers altogether or when it's appropriate to use them. Because they're reading online that primers are damaging for the client's natural lashes, they strip too many oils from the natural lashes, and they're preventing good retention. So let's really dissect this right now and figure out what the heck is going on and why people are saying that. Firstly, let me start by saying that this is actually true in some cases. When we were trying to develop our own primer, I did feel like a lot of the primers that I kind of tested out and played around with were crazy strong. They smelled like, honestly, like gasoline or like a really harsh product. And the truth is that those products were very harsh. They smelled harsh because they were. So to start, if you're using a product that smells really intense, chances are the chemical makeup is probably too harsh for the client's natural lashes. So you want to be really careful with which products you choose. That's why at Artistry we have our Bond-Aid primer. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this video have used it and notice that it smells fruity. It smells like a tropical scent. We've actually done that by design because we're toning down the primer to make it so it isn't overly drying. So the reason why there's a lot of notes out there and blogs and messages floating around saying that the primers are really drying for the natural lashes, you're right, there are a lot of options that are not acceptable to use, but there's also some really good ones out there. So primer is still important, just maybe not the low quality, really high concentrated products that you might have used in the past if you've had a bad experience. So even if I'm using the right primer, the next question is, should I use it on all my clients if it's gentle enough for the natural lash? To answer this, you can theoretically use it on all your clients, especially our Bond-Aid primer. However, it's not really recommended because some clients just don't need anything stripped from their natural lashes. A nice deep cleanse is more than enough, particularly for clients who have weak or brittle natural lashes. Anywhere from normal to brittle, you really don't need to strip anything from the natural lashes. It's going to have an open cuticle regardless. Where primer becomes very, very, very important is for clients who have thick or oily natural lashes, or if they kinda act like they just aren't willing to absorb the glue. So even if you have a client who has a normal textured natural lash, if you start working on them, you haven't primed, let's say, you start working on them and you're like, wow, it's almost like this lash is repelling the adhesive. It's not attaching magnetic-like, then that's a good sign that this client needs a nice deep prime. So then you would definitely grab for Bond-Aid. So Bond-Aid, having primer on your station is an absolute must because some clients are definitely going to need it. Whereas other clients, you can get away with just using Superbonder. Now, probably quite a few of you guys are gonna be like, what? Superbonder, are you kidding me? I thought Superbonder was just for the end of the service. So Superbonder is a really cool product. So Superbonder, it looks like this. It's honestly a magical product that can be used both at the beginning of the service and at the end. Its main purpose and what it was actually designed for was actually to be used at the end of the service to instantly cure the lashes without shock curing. So it creates the strongest hold. And that instant curing property that it has also will lessen the likelihood of sensitivities, irritation, because it locks the glue fumes in and eliminates those from kind of floating around your client's eyes, which is huge. But something we later realized about this product is that it also acts as a primer. It does have a hint of alcohol in it. And that alcohol that is in it, don't worry, it's very, very low, but that actually helps open up the lash cuticle. but not in an extreme way. It's not gonna strip basically anything from the natural lash. It's just gonna help open and soften the cuticle, while it also has curing properties. So we've learned over time that if you use it at the beginning of the service for all of your clients, it doesn't matter who they are, use it. You're gonna absolutely love me for teaching you this. But use it at the beginning of the service. It creates instant curing properties, so your clients are less likely to end up with red eyes, which is really nice. But functionality-wise, it also promotes instant grip. So you are going to truly experience that magnetic-like connection that everyone is aiming for when they're lashing. On top of that, the product as a whole really does help with retention so much. Again, because of that instant curing, the lashes aren't gonna slip, slide, change their position. It's just locked directly into place. So to kind of summarize that, when would you use Superbonder versus Bond-Aid primer, and can you use them together? So I use, personally, you'll notice in a lot of my videos, for most of my clients, I now start with just Superbonder in the beginning if their natural lashes are brittle, dry, or normal. I will only switch up to primer if they're acting like they need it, as we've mentioned before. And then I'll also finish the service with Superbonder as well. So when will I grab for both, the Superbonder and the primer? I will only really grab for both if my clients' lashes are either thick, really strong, clearly oily, meaning that they're shiny, or if my clients' lashes just aren't acting magnetic. Then it's telling me, hey, you need to open that cuticle just a little bit more. So that is when we would opt for starting with Bond-Aid primer. I would start with my primer first, then I would follow, I'd let that dry, then I would follow with my Superbonder, and then let that dry for a minute or two, and then go on with my service, and then finish with Superbonder right after. If you have any questions about this, please do let me know. I am an open book and I'm totally here to chat. So bring the questions on. Also, I'm having a little bit of writer's block, we'll say, creator's block. And I have no idea which video I should do next. So I need your guys' help. What would you like to see me chat about in the upcoming videos? Thank you so much for giving me your suggestions. I really want to bring to your screen what you want to see. Alrighty guys, see you in the next one.